Straw bale planting, and you've come to the right place. Actually, it's a pretty good idea to have a plan if you want to do a straw bale garden. We started this out as a cold frame, intending to go ahead and plant in these bales. That way these bales were out in the elements for several months before we even got to the point where we needed to prime them and get them ready to plant. As soon as we were sure it wasn't going to frost anymore, we went ahead and took apart the cold frame, and I put these 4 bales together. Now it started to rain right after we got the peppers in yesterday. These bales are good and soaked, and they're good and heavy. But I'm gonna put 4 of them. I'm gonna make a little square here. Then we'll talk about planting in a straw bale. And these are put together with wire, and being on the ground, that wire is rusted, so I've got to be a little careful with this. And being full of water, they're good and heavy. But I'm going to try to butt these together, get them good and tight. You got to be really careful to get bales that aren't treated. I know this doesn't have any graze on or any other spray on it because the seeds that were in these bales, they went ahead and germinated. That's why they kind of look like chia pets. So what I'm doing now is just putting a little bit of mulch right around the edge of these bales just to kind of hold them in place. Now, straw bale is mostly carbon. You don't have any of the nutrients in it, so you want to prime your bales. Now, taking a look at one of these bales that we just turned over, we got a little bit of soil stuck to it. It's really started to break down nice. And I know that we had mushrooms growing along the side of some, and we also had seeds germinating in these bales. But by having this soil here, I know that there's life starting to work its way down into the bales. If you're gonna make a straw bale garden and you're just using fresh bales, you're gonna wanna charge it. That means you put some fertilizer, some NPK, some regular Miracle-Gro, some kind of fertilizer, and you wet that bale. You wanna do that for a while before you wanna plant in it. But this, by leaving it out all winter long on top of mulched ground where we have a lot of really good microlife, and then having that microlife stuck to it, flipping it over, especially with this rain, that's going to work its way into this bale. They're going to be good and charged, and we'll be able to grow just fine. And so what I've done here is I've taken 4 of these bales and I've snugged them really tightly together, and I put just a little bit of the wood chip mulch on top where that soil was stuck to these bales. We're going to let it rain on it until this rain quits. We're in a little lull right now. But then we'll be ready to plant in this in the next couple days. And then you can plant pretty much as normal. You just kind of dig out a little area that you want to put your plant if you've got to start. Seeds, we're going to just dig a little furrow, and I add a little bit of mulch and we put the seeds down. We've done this a couple years ago and we're pretty successful. We'll see what we get this year. Straw bale planting. Really the ultimate deep mulch planting when you get down and you think about it, because what is deep mulch? Well, it's just organic matter. And what's a straw bale? It's organic matter. Now the beauty about a straw bale is if you don't have a raised bed or any other kind of container, this works perfect. So whether you're growing herbs like basil, some lettuce, some of your root crops, carrots or beets, some of your summer squash, zucchini, crookneck squash, and if you started too many peppers or tomatoes like I did, this might be the perfect solution for you. Right now, I think it's a good time to go ahead and talk about how we're going to plant out the straw bale. Now, I've got a secret weapon. I met a man, John Wilson, and he made some Johnson Sioux compost. Now, that's an aerobic compost system, and it's full of really good microlife. Doesn't take very much. We're going to put that in the bottom of each one of the holes. You're also going to want to cut a hole when you want to plant, and we put in a little bit of soil and a little bit of the Johnson Sioux in the very bottom. Now to plant in a straw bale, we are going to go ahead and we're going to dig holes as big as we need for whatever we're going to plant. We're going to add some soil, and then we're going to let the straw bale just break down like compost. Now I have this set in here kind of cattywampus. So this would be the north corner and that's the south corner. Maybe I should have squared it up, but what's the fun in that? So thinking about how we want to lay this out, Anything that might get tall, oh, that's the other thing. You really don't want to plant okra or corn or anything that you know is going to get really, really tall. Anything that we do plant here that might get some size to it, we're going to have to put a trellis or some kind of stake. Or like we're going to plant a tomato here in the north corner, I'm going to have to put some stakes up for that. We're also going to plant a pepper and it'll need a stake eventually. I am going to have one zucchini and it might get pretty big. And we're also going to plant our first sweet potatoes. But I'm going to put that in the mulch that I have around these square bales. And this is where a good serrated pocket knife or a hole saw if I had one, we're going to go ahead and remove a little bit of this straw. Then I'm going to put some of that Johnson Sioux compost down in the bottom of that. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of soil in there, and then we're going to plant as normal. I'm going to come in a good 6 inches from this corner. I still have the wire on here, and don't worry about that. This is a carbon steel. It's just going to rust. It'll bring iron back into the system. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit of hole, and you can see it's broken down quite a bit. It's not hard at all. So I'll be able to dig down in there. And I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm going to leave that kind of up on top because we are going to go ahead and we're just going to mulch back. So I'm down here just a little ways. If you look down in there, there's already fungus and there's life. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to put just a little bit of compost down there, then we're going to fill that with soil. Now he said don't use very much of this, so I'm going to trust him. I'm going to put it down in the bottom. He said make sure it's buried. Then we're going to put a handful of soil in here. The seedlings that we started, they've been good and hardened off. They've been outside, they've been soaked, they've been dried, they've been wind blown, they've been all sorts of things. But just look at that root. So I'm going to go ahead, just like everything else, I'm going to plant this a little deeper. I'm going to pinch those bottom leaves off. I'm going to pinch this next set of leaves off. And then we're just going to take our soil and we're going to backfill. I'm going to snug that down in there. And the straw that I removed, we're going to go ahead and use as a mulch. This is on the north corner. This is probably going to be the biggest plant we have in this bale setting. And so far it looks like we're doing pretty good. Our tomato, it's time to go ahead and prune that. I'll plant a pepper in this same line. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to come in a little ways, both sides. And then if you need to cut some of the fibers, I've seen several different ways to place the bales. I'm placing them flat side up. I kind of like the way the fibers run that way. I may be wrong. And this is a fun little experiment. If you have to cut a little more, so you just make a little hole. We're going to add just a little bit of this compost. Because the best way to use this compost is you mix it with water, then you strain it, and then you apply it that way. But we got all this life, and we want to charge a bale, so I think this is going to be a perfect way to do it. And then just fill in some soil down in there. Little hole. And I'm only going to plant one of these peppers out here. I think we're going to put some peppers in some containers up to the house. These aren't hot. This is a nice little green pepper. And we'll see what we get. And with this pepper, I'm just going to plant it to the surface, just as deep as it was in the container. Snug that in, backfill with a little bit of mulch. I'm going to go ahead and pop off 2 of these bottom leaves, just to help it out a little bit. And there we go. So now I think what we're going to do is plant an herb, which is a companion to both the pepper and the tomato. And this is one of the basil starts we did 2 weeks ago. And just look at the roots coming out of the bottom already. That's how fast you can up pot basil. And this looks like a perfect spot right here. Get just a little bit of this compost in there. basil, it doesn't matter how deep you plant it. Remember, the entire stem will root. Backfill in around it. And when these grow, we're going to have tomato, basil, and pepper. Ooh, that'll make a nice dish. Okay, so these aren't going to get so tall, so I'm just going to make a little trench. We're going to go ahead and plant some root crops and some lettuce. If you need to cut through that, if you need to cut through the fibers, that's okay, but you can see we still have soil from when we turn these over. So I've just made a little trench here. I'm not going to add any compost to these seeds. We'll come back and water with the compost tea later, maybe. But now that I have that trench, I am going to go ahead and take and put some soil in here. We do have a nice little carrot rosette. I'm just going to roll that in my hands and get some seeds out. We're going to plant this real heavy. We'll thin it out as they come up. That's just soil contact, just light little covering, good and moist. And has anybody ever said you can't have enough beets? I'm not going to get too crazy with the beets because we're getting crazy with the carrots. One little row of beets. Then I think we're going to put a little batch of lettuce here at the end. And we got 3 or 4 different kinds in here, so we'll see what comes up. This ought to be fun. And where we planted the carrots, they're doing pretty good. Our beets are starting to get their true leaves. And our lettuce definitely has true leaves. This should get some size to it. So we're going to come back here just a little bit. We're only going to put one little patch right here. But this zucchini ought to become nice. This ought to be a nice zucchini plant. We'll see. The same thing. I'm just going to charge this up a little bit. But you can see how wet that is way down in there? That rain did what we wanted it to. That's down there. Let's put just a little bit of this compost in that hole. I'm going to put a little bit. Then I'm going to put some soil in there. Fill that up with soil. Make a little depression. Let's get a couple seeds in here. We'll see what we get. I'm going to plant 3 because of that old show, Three's Company. Am I dating myself? I'm going to put just a little bit of mulch. When we water that in, we want to hold that moisture. As we transition from spring into summer, this is just going to take over everything. So we got straw sitting on top of hay mulch, sitting on top of wood chips. So I'm going to plant this just like it was a bale. I'm going to make 4 little depressions. We're going to go ahead and add our compost and our soil, and then plant our sweet potatoes. So I'm just pulling that back out of the way. With our sweet potatoes, which are loving it out here, but looking at our tomato, it's time to clean this up. We're forecast to get up to 6 inches of rain over this weekend, and I was hoping to plant sweet potatoes. We're still going to do that. But with that much rain, we want these lower leaves to stay dry. Open this up a little bit. So right here we've got a leaf, but we've also have a sucker. I'm going to remove both of those. That one's actually touching the bale. And take a sharp scissors, clean cut. And with your suckers, this one's not really big enough, but you can actually put that in a glass of water, root that, and get another tomato. So we've got a couple suckers and leaves that need to come off. We're just cleaning this up, giving it a chance to grow. It's got a couple little flower clusters, and I want it to put its energy into the flowers, not into the suckers. So all the lower leaves, I'm just removing those. That one's got a little bug damage to it, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that also. But this gives it plenty of good growth for photosynthesis, and with the rain that's coming, that ought to take off nicely. Pretty quick, we're going to have to bring in some stakes because this is going to need some support. And the basil is doing so well, it's starting to make a little flower. We don't want it to flower, we want it to bush out. If you remember, everywhere the leaves are coming out, it's either going to branch or you can make roots. So I'm going to clip it right there at that branch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this leaf, this first set of leaves off. We're going to put that in a glass of water, and that's going to root. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to take this one down a little further because I want that to bush out. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to remove those bottom two leaves. I'm just going to remove those bottom two leaves. I'm going to take that to the house and eat it. We'll put that in a glass of water. I got one more here, I think. Yep. Right where the leaves are coming out, it's going to branch. Cut that off. You see, this leaf is damaged, so I'm going to remove it. I'm not even going to worry about taking that to the house. And just like that, we're going to make 3 or 4 new basil plants. And I've got some basil leaves for dinner. Now on Friday we normally plant, but it's going to come to rain, and all I'm doing now is just waiting on everything to germinate and come up. Yes, I'll probably have to extend the trellis. I planted too many seeds as always. Well, I'm hoping to plant sweet potatoes this weekend, and I hope you join me for that. Springtime's a wonderful time in the garden. Whether you have a container, whether you've got a deep mulch garden, whether you've got a raised bed, or whether you're gardening in a straw bale, you can do this too. Till next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you.